Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to the series called Islamic Vocabulary, where I give a brief explanation of the definitions and meanings of the most common words in Islam. For today's episode, we'll be talking about the meaning of La ilaha illallah. The true meaning of La ilaha illallah is detailed. It means linguistically that there is no God besides Allah. The true meaning of this statement is that no one has the right to be worshipped except Allah. That is an essential part of Islam. It involves rejection of false gods and submission to Allah. The pronunciation of La ilaha illallah is part of the Shahada. La ilaha illallah is the first part of the complete pronunciation of the Shahada. Thus, in order to validly pronounce the statement, one must, among other things, reject all false gods. This concept is called kufr bit-taghut. Kufr bit-taghut means to disbelieve in false gods. It is what all the messengers of Islam came with to warn their people about. It involves rejecting every idol. In the past, there were many false gods that were worshipped. The messengers came to warn them of that and to proclaim to worship Allah alone. وَلَقَدْ بَعَثْنَا فِي كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ رَسُولًا أَنْ يَعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَاجْتَنِبُوا الطَّاغُوتَ. And verily, we have sent to every nation a messenger, proclaiming, worship Allah and reject the taghut, the false and idols and false gods. This concept is an important part of Islam. It rejects polytheism to maintain monotheism. Every Muslim is therefore commanded to observe this concept. Worshipping others besides Allah is a great injustice in Islam. Whoever does so commits major shirk and thereby worships a taghut. Kufr bit-taghut is a pillar of the Shahada, which bears witness that no one has the right to be worshipped besides Allah. The Islamic creed is invalid if one does not practice kufr bit-taghut. This concept is paired with imanu billah, or belief in Allah, which is the first pillar of Iman. فَمَنْ يَكْفُرْ بِالطَّاغُوتِ وَيُؤْمِنْ بِاللَّهِ فَقَدْ اسْتَمْسَكَ بِالْعُرْوَةِ الْوُثْقَى لَا انْفِصَامَ لَهَا. Anyone who disbelieves in taghut or false gods and believes in Allah has grasped a stronghold that will never break. Many attribute the wrong meaning to La ilaha illallah. The linguistic meaning is there is no God besides Allah. The detailed meaning of the saying is that nothing or nobody has the right to be worshipped besides Allah. The people of Quraysh believed in Allah, but worshipped others besides Him. Quraysh claimed it would bring them closer to Allah by worshipping statues. But of course, that was not accepted from them. Islam stands for monotheism. Tawheed is central, where if this is missing, one cannot be a Muslim. In the Quran, we came to know that Allah has sent messengers. Through time, many of the people were in idolatry or shirk. The messengers were then sent to their own people to proclaim to worship Allah alone and reject idols. وَلَقَدْ بَعَثْنَا فِي كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ رَسُولًا أَنْ يَعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَاجْتَنِبُوا الطَّاغُوتَ. And verily, we have sent to every nation a messenger, proclaiming, worship Allah and reject taghut, false idols and false gods. The first time mankind was in shirk was in the time of Messenger Noah. Then Noah came as a messenger to invite them to Tawheed, or the oneness of Allah. After the time of Noah, people continued to disobey Allah by worshipping others besides Him. Allah sent more messengers, each to his own people, speaking with their language. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا مِن رَسُولٍ إِلَّا بِلِسَانِ قَوْمِهِ لِيُبَيِّنَ لَهُمْ. And we do not send a messenger except in the language of his people, so that he may make clear the message to them. So the prophets and messengers all came with La ilaha illallah. They invited their people to worship Allah alone. At the same time, that was an invitation to the return of their fitrah, or natural disposition. The natural disposition that understands and knows that only Allah has the right to be worshipped. There are some conditions to the validity of the statement La ilaha illallah. The main condition is that one should not worship anyone other than Allah. Another condition is that nothing and no one can be labeled as God besides Allah. La ilaha illallah is a statement that has a detailed meaning. Thus, all false gods are to be rejected. One should only believe in Allah. He is the only God, and He alone has the right to be worshipped. These are the main conditions for the validity of pronouncing La ilaha illallah. There are also other conditions that come with it. These are: number 1, knowledge and awareness of its meaning. It is not enough just to pronounce the statement. One has to know what he is saying in order to make it valid. Number 2, acceptance and submission to the pronunciation. Another condition is that you accept and submit to the statement and its meaning. This is a full acceptance of the statement. Number 3, purity in the acceptance of the pronunciation. The impure pronunciation of La ilaha illallah is invalid. This means that you can only pronounce La ilaha illallah for the sake of the truth, and not because of what another wants or to achieve your own interests. And number 4, complete conviction in the pronunciation. One cannot have any doubts in the meaning of La ilaha illallah. That would invalidate the condition. So you should have a complete conviction that the meaning of La ilaha illallah is the truth. Hey, if you want to increase your vocabulary about the common words used in Islam, check out this playlist here.